started using cannabis in my early 20s, and then I started using more things like ecstasy and speed.
For me, you know, it was the natural progression. I started with alcohol, and that quickly progressed on to cannabis and ecstasy. Amphetamine were quite part and parcel of that sort of scene, really, and naturally progressed on to using LSD and amphetamines.
I suppose it sounds a bit naive, really, but I just started using it, or the drug, because other people were doing it. The opportunity was there, and I just took it.
I started using cannabis at the age of 13, and then I really didn't experiment with any others. I just went straight on to heroin and crack, unfortunately, at the age of 18, 19. And I suffered a psychotic breakdown and got locked up.
Even if drug use isn't necessarily problematic to begin with, if somebody's using a Class A or a Class B drug, they're criminalised by virtue of its use. So drug use will criminalise many people who are not necessarily bad people to begin with, or not bad people at all.
I think a lot of it, any person who uses a drug, really, it comes down to curiosity. You've got to be curious about something, and opportunity as well. So the two go together, really. If you're curious about something and then you've got the opportunity, then the chances are you'll start using that drug. It wasn't anything which was planned.
I was always hanging around with older groups, trying to fit in, doing all the wrong kind of things, to, you know, breaking the law and what have you, just to fit in with that kind of, you know, lifestyle, if you like.
I never used to view it as being any big deal. First time I used it, it was kind of, is that it sort of thing? You know, like, and for quite some time I just use it once in a while. But all the time, like, I never viewed it as being a problem. Then it fell into a weekly habit and just went on from there, really. But all the time I was thinking, well, I'm in control. It's not something which is a problem to me. Kind of lulled me into a full sense of security, I suppose you could say.
With crack use, you'll get problems with weight loss, again, is the particular one that comes to mind, and also the psychological effects.
The nature of the drug you're using, you just get lost in the logic and things just get all muddled up in your head.
You can obviously have the devastating sudden death situations due to overdose and so on, but for lots of people it's more attritional. It's the lifestyle, it's the weight loss, it's just not functioning normally on a day-to-day basis.
It's something that I did, something I can't change. It's experiences that were very painful. Very miserable, hurt a lot of people. Ultimately, I hurt myself.
It's actually, when your drug use is problematic, you have a very busy day. It's a pervasive 24/7, 365 activity. You're trying to find your dealer, you're trying to get the money by any means you can. So the idea that people are just lying around doing drugs and nothing else is a myth, and a dangerous and a nasty one.
It's affected all my relationships, really, work life, personal friends, my family. I mean, my family were really worried about me.
If I'm completely honest, the overwhelming obsession to use my drugs would outweigh any consequence that I might face further on in the future.
It's always other people that have got the problem, and everyone's getting on your case, but you don't realise till you come out the other side, well, it wasn't other people that have got the problem, it's you that's got the problem, really. I mean, don't worry about what people will think of you.
Everybody does it, you know. I'm not judging anybody for doing so. I'm not saying everyone's going to turn out like me, but people need to know the consequences of it, really. And if it helps one person from maybe going down the same road, then that would part and parcel make me feel better about my experiences, I suppose.